Aaron Rodgers continues the drama. That's what this is about. There's so much we can talk about. We can talk about how this is a trickle-down effect to Devontae Adams. We could talk about, how we all got here, what's going to happen next. But this comes down to two things: delayed drama. We're going to be talking about this all year. Every team, if you're a really good team, you can have 5 primetime games. What do you think we're going to be talking about in the pregame interviews and the pregame shows during the game, after the game? We're going to be talking about Aaron Rodgers. They're winning right now. He's probably going to stay. What are they going to do? What is this extension going to look like? If they're losing, where is he going to go next? And then everybody in the organization is going to have to answer those questions over and over and over again. This is actually fun. This is entertaining. This is the entertaining part of football. Yes, there's the sports part, but these storylines is what makes our league so amazing. So thank you for the delayed drama, Aaron Rodgers. But then there's the other side of this story, which I think we need to highlight, is the precedent. This is a new precedent. When you sit down with management, when you sit down with ownership and you're negotiating a deal, and even when you're not in the room, the first thing they're thinking about is what precedent are we setting? A lot of times guys try to get back to the table before the contract is up. And they're like, no, we can't do that because everybody in that locker room is going to want the same treatment. So for Aaron Rodgers to get this type of deal, and there's so many concessions that we can talk about, but the number one thing and the thing that's most important is that at the end of this year, he's going to be able to be a free agent. No strings attached. That is unprecedented, and that is the new precedent in the National Football League. Because when you look at what's going on in Seattle, which they're good, I'm extremely confident that Russell Wilson will probably end his career there, or maybe when it's time for him to go, he may go get another year or two, still a year or two somewhere else. But at the end of the day, Russell Wilson, let's say if things doesn't go well this year, does Russell Wilson then turn to management and Pete Carroll and company and say, look, you saw what happened in Green Bay? That's what I want. I want you guys to restructure my deal because I want the same thing. I don't want any drama, but I want to be able to walk away from this 2022 season without any drama and no strings attached. So this precedent is a big story here, and you're going to see other players ask for that same type of treatment, Chris.
But here's why I think they allowed that to happen. One, because of Aaron Rodgers' age. All right, if he was the age of Russell Wilson, I don't think they would have done this. So they let him do it because of his age, and then they've got Jordan Love, who at some point they're going to have to start playing. So I think it's a precedent perhaps for older players, but not necessarily for younger players. I do like what you said, though, about the drama, because you're right. I mean, the storyline throughout the year is going to be, is this Rodgers' last season there? And while he liked the drama in the offseason, I don't know. Will that be good for them during the season? Because it's about a Super Bowl. All right, I don't think this puts more pressure on Rodgers than had he signed an extension with him. But if pressure is on him to win another Super Bowl. That's all we talk about nowadays. How many rings do you have? And when Tom Brady is still adding rings in his 40s, and you're supposed to be the best we've ever seen throw the football, and you haven't been to a Super Bowl in a decade, let alone won one. You haven't even been to one. You've got a top running back. You've got the top receiver. You've got a top defense. You've got a top offensive line. Look, you need to win, Aaron Rodgers, so I don't know if all the drama is going to help in that department.
So I think that's a fair critique of Aaron Rodgers. And Brandon, when you talk about precedent, Aaron Rodgers knows the precedents throughout sports and across sports, right? So he has pulled sort of from the blueprint of 3 icons. Favre, when he's like, oh, I'm now Favre, and Jordan Love is me, and I saw how that ended, and they sort of kicked him out. So he's seen that blueprint. The other one is obviously Jordan. He just posted The Last Dance, like, all right, I can get motivated by sort of being mad at my management and have one last year with my squad, and we can maybe ride to the championship. Another icon is Tom Brady. He looked at what Tom Brady said, all right, you were mistreated, not mistreated, sort of not treated with special treatment. Let's say that. I'll be kind to the Patriots. Not treated perfectly, not having say in personnel decisions. In your long-time relationship with the Patriots, you leave, you get more say, you win the Super Bowl. But Broussard, here's the other one that I think is more recent and maybe the most interesting. What do you think about Giannis? Where you've got another guy in Wisconsin who came close and management went all in. All in. They gave him a big contract. They went out and they traded for Drew Holiday to help him. They signed his buddy, Chris Middleton, and they really just committed and built the team around and said, you know what, this is all about you. So I think Packers management can look just down the street. Well, no, that's a long street. Just down the street to Milwaukee and be like, they just had a parade. They had an iconic superstar. They went all in. We need to do the same thing with Rodgers, because I don't think this is just a 1 year, the final year of a contract. If they do it right, they can have the storybook ending and Aaron Rodgers can stay there. But I think that what the Bucks did with Giannis to deliver a championship to the state of Wisconsin, the Packers management should follow.
Not bad. There's a few differences, though. All right, number one, Giannis is low maintenance, right? No drama. Giannis could have made Milwaukee, he could have put them in the exact same position Aaron Rodgers has put Green Bay in, right? I actually thought he should have. I thought he should have waited to see how this season goes and then decide whether to become a free agent or sign with Milwaukee. Right. He goes ahead and signs a 5-year deal before his last year. So no drama. Obviously, we've got drama with Aaron Rodgers. Second thing, Giannis delivered. Giannis played his best game in his biggest game. I told you guys a few segments ago, Aaron Rodgers has not been Aaron Rodgers in NFC title games. He's thrown an unusual amount of interceptions for himself. All right, so he's got to be better in the clutch moments. And Brandon, you know I'm right. He should have run the football on third down and scored a touchdown, or at least gotten to the 1 yard line. Those are some differences. Here's the third difference. The third difference, half of the NBA was injured last year. All right, half of the stars in the league were injured. So if Tom Brady goes down and maybe a few other stars, Pat Mahomes, then maybe Aaron Rodgers can win a championship like Giannis did.
You're now one of my fallen heroes. I used to look up to you. Now you're one of my fallen heroes.
Don't bring this Aaron Rodgers slander, Brandon.
This Aaron Rodgers slander needs to stop. I don't know if you're still locked into the NBA Finals and all the conversations around CP3 and CP3 being the guy that implodes in the biggest stage in the playoffs. You know, he got to the finals and then all of a sudden he started playing bad. Like, that's literally what you're talking. That's what you're saying about Aaron Rodgers. You can't associate Aaron Rodgers and then also playing, bad in the biggest moments. You can't do that. We're talking about a guy 51,000 yards through the air over 16 years. We're talking about a guy over 400 touchdowns, 89 interceptions in 16 years, 103 passer rating. And guess what? You want to talk about the postseason. In his 9 losses, his defense averaged giving up 35 points. That's not all on Aaron Rodgers. That's why we in this situation. That's why Aaron Rodgers is unhappy. Yeah, he's always had a high-powered offense, but on the defensive side, when you gave him Charles Woodson and a good defense, they won the Super Bowl. Come on, man. Stop this slander.
How? You just said it, 436 touchdowns or something like that, 89 picks. How do you explain in the NFC title games 9 touchdowns, 8 picks? How do you explain that?
All right, let me show you. No, put the camera back on me. All right, that's good. You see his little chart?
Explain that. You mentioned a 103
completion percentage, 64.
Look at that, 83%.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's go back. Let's go back to the last game. Let's go back to his last game, Tampa Bay. What did you see? You had Todd Bowles staring at you on the other side.
I saw him do nothing in the first half.
Okay, but let me explain why. That front seven, are you serious? He had 0.5 seconds to throw the ball. He had all of his offensive line banged up. His left tackle, he was out. Please, he ain't have any time. What would you be doing if you dropping back in on your third step? You got a defensive end smacking you in the face. Devontae Smith smacking you in the face. He ain't have no time. Please, that's why.
Brandon, you and I are in the same fraternity. What did we learn? Excuses are tools of incompetence. Right? Didn't we learn that?
Used by those who have nothing else better to say.
Yes, excuses are tools of incompetence. With them, we build great monuments of nothingness. Those who use them seldom amount to anything else. Therefore, sir, I have no excuses. We learned that as Kappa men. You know that.
Oh, my goodness.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.